Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Siti Aisyah binti Abdul Rahman. My magic number is 1916632. So today I am going to do a dakwah session with one of my closest friends in high school, and her name is Ivana Tini. I actually know her very long time ago because she only live under this road, under my house. So before I'm getting excited introducing her, let I would like to allow her to introduce herself.
Hi, my name is Sunandri Murugam. I'm 21 years old. I'm a first year student in UPM. I'm a Hindu.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay.
Okay, first of all, I would like to know what is ethics from your point of view. What can you talk about it?
Ethics are something that cannot be imposed, but is realized and voluntarily uh, lived up to by each individual.
Okay,
Ethics can be called as morals, good things, rights, and etc.
I see. Do you know about any examples of ethics that you can name in your everyday life?
First is truthfulness, which is we must be truthful everything. We must be
Mm-hmm.
fair enough. We cannot be biased. Second, we should help each other. Must help everybody because everyone is struggling with their own problems.
Yes.
So we should be kind to everyone and try to help everybody in any situations that we can.
Mm-hmm.
And then we must be the intentions of purity is must with us always because
See.
no matter what we do, the purity is really important in every situation.
Yeah, okay, I agree with your point actually. That's very great answers. So you must be wondering why I asked about ethics, right? So before I dive further into my session, I'd like to know that purpose of this session is to convey information regarding what ethics is in Islamic perspective. Which you know I'm Islam, so
Okay.
uh, that's why I'd like to ask you to hear about this session. Can you?
Oh,
Okay,
sure.
okay. Uh, I already have asked you to give some examples regarding ethics, generally, right?
Yeah.
So, what can you give more if you are about ethics of being a student now that we both are a university student? Can you give some example? Just simple is okay.
First, what punctuality?
Yes.
Time punctuality is very important. As a student, we should not be late in sending assignments or going to class.
Mm-hmm.
And then responsibility. We
Good.
must, because as a students, we have responsibility of being a student at the same time being a good daughter, lot of. So we should know what's our responsibility and not what should not should not what the responsibilities must be there. They should not be.
Okay, thank you for your passionate answers just now. I agree that with all your points because in Islam itself, punctuality is very important because like we say in Malay, masih itu emas. So we need to appreciate punctuality in our life. So next, I would like to explain about the concept of ethics from Islamic point of view. Uh, Generally, ethics is a character that were derived from Greek meaning ethos. Have you heard of ethos? No. Okay, so, so technically, Oxford Dictionary define ethics as the field of study that held by individual or a moral, meaning generally lah, like you said just now, ethics like is the study of how individual do something in their life, whether it's good or wrong, based on my based on my knowledge. Yes. Okay. Next, I'd like to share to you the definition of ethics in Islamic perspective. Have you heard of akhlak?
Yeah.
Yes. So, akhlak is actually, of course, an Arabic word. It means character, nature, or disposition. Literally, according to a website called UKSS, ethic is the term of akhlak that was presented by the Muslim that were based on our two primary sources, which are Al Quran and Sunnah, just like you. Uh, on Islamic perspective, the ethics and moral were different from the point of conception, objective, and resources. So, in easier words, Islam viewed ethics as a means to further self-interest economically, of course, socially, psychologically, to sustain social prestige, to advance social welfare, and reaffirm faith to our Creator, which is Allah SWT. So next, I would like to explain to you what are the two sources of ethics actually in Islamic perspective. First, just like I said before, which is Quran and Hadith. You know what Sunnah means?
I've heard, but I really don't know what it means.
Oh, I see. So let me explain to you. Basically, Sunnah refers to the habits, practices, words, and decisions of our Prophet Nabi Muhammad SAW. So basically, what I'm trying to say is that ethics also come from the practices of Nabi Muhammad SAW during his lifetime. For example, you know, we Muslims have to eat with our right hand. We have to what should I say? Like wearing sandals by using our right foot first, and etc. So yeah, those are some of the sunnah that were practices by our Nabi Muhammad SAW. Okay. So the second source of ethics is Islamic theology. If you don't know, theology defined as the study of religious faith, meaning the study of God, of our Creator. Not only, of course, in this aspect, we're talking about Islamic theology, meaning they discuss about the source of Islamic ethical, which means from the Quran, or even the scholarship from before, and the, how to say, you know, the people who have lived in our prophet time, at that time, yeah. So there are two sources of ethics. Okay, next, I would like to dive further into the concept of ethics. First of all, ethics in Islam is based on Tawheed. I will explain you what Tawheed is, don't worry. In Islam, Tawheed is belief one unique God, unification, and asserting oneness of God, which is Allah. I think also like your religion, like we need to believe in our one and only Creator, right? So in order to show our support to our one and only Creator, we need to believe in our God, right?
Yeah.
So that is same as Islam. But aside from relationship between God and man, there are also two important factors that we need to practice on. First is a relationship between man and man, and of course relationship between man and environment. So examples for relationship between man and man is, of course, like you just said before, we need to help others in need. We cannot be selfish, and we should believe that we need to live harmony between people, other races and religions with other than us, right? So we can create a harmony society. Second, the example of between man and environment. Of course, you do know about the we need to reduce the usage of plastic straws, right?
Yes.
To save the turtle, the planet, and everything. Yeah.
Totally.
So that are some of the examples of the concept of Tawheed. Next, in Islam perspective, ethics acts as a validation of iman. Iman is like our faith level. So in order to to validate our iman, of course we need to be a good people, right?
Yeah.
Good people meaning having good morals. In Islam, the level of faith is proportional to the level of moral, which means the higher level of our moral, of course it will be the same level as our faith. Last but not least, I would like to convey to you the benefits of having ethics. I think this can be used by all religions. For example, by having ethics, we can create a stable, a secure, and a harmonious society. Like I said just now, if we are being nice to each other, of course, society and peace can be achieved. Next, good leadership can be instilled in people, because imagine you are a leader, a boss. If you give the basic needs of what your workers need, of course, that may turn you into a good leader, right? So last but not least, being ethical can also win hearts of people. Of course, because having ethics means we have good morals. So by having good morals, we do positive things such as helping those in needs. We give zakat to people. For example, we pray 5 times a day, completely without, you know, um, without feeling lazy, so whatnot. So yeah, that's all for me for today's session. I would like to say thank you so much for spending your time coming here to be in this session. Hope we meet soon. Okay, bye.
Okay.
Assalamualaikum and hello, we meet again. So, before I end this video, I would like to share with you some of the techniques that were applied in the earlier Street Dakwah session with my non-Muslim friend. Here are 5 techniques that I apply in the Street Dakwah session. First is doing a ta'aruf or introductory session. By doing this, I can know her name and ask her to introduce herself, her religion, so that I won't make any rude remarks regarding her religion, which is Hindu. Other than that, I also take initiative to introduce myself so that she will have the comfort to be interviewed about this dakwah session. She will also not be anxious or scared to listen to my dakwah if she knows me better. Techniques number 2, I use simple terms or reduce the usage of Arabic terms when I am stating my points. The reason for me to do so is so that she can understand my points better, and when I do use the Arabic terms, I will give definition so she won't be clueless. However, lucky me, she is a sekolah kebangsaan student, so she know a little bit about what the Arabic term meaning, such as akhlak and so on. The other street dakwah techniques that were applied by me in the earlier street dakwah session is by not speaking too fast. This is because if we talk too fast, it will be harder for her to grab what am I saying. Other than that, it will be easier for her to take any points that I'm stating and ask about her feedback or questions regarding the point. Technique number 4 that I applied in the earlier street dakwah session is to be rational. In order to be rational, we should give examples from trustable sources when we are stating our points, so that she won't feel doubtful or funny about the contents that we are sharing. Other than that, by sharing trustable examples, especially from Al-Quran and Hadith, compared to the anonymous websites, we also make her believe that we are stating the truth, because as we all know, those two are the most important primary sources of knowledge among Muslims. Last but not least, the 5th technique that were applied in my street dakwah session is by listening to understand. In order to do that, always ask her opinions first before stating mine. By doing so, I can know the extent of her knowledge regarding the point that I'm talking about. Other than that, we can also be emotional when talking. Avoid ourselves from getting angry or show our expression as sad when they know wrongly about certain things in Islam. Instead, discuss and talk to them nicely why those points are wrong and what we need to talk in order to correct the incorrect. Now, that is all I want to share before I ended this video. To conclude, as Muslims, we need to do street dakwah in order to attract more people to love and know more about Islam. That's all for today. Thank you for watching and have a nice day. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.